He's finally here. What I wanted to do was go over to Columbus and talk about a guy that had been hyped up for quite some time in that organization. A player whose name wasn't really a household name amongst NHL prospect fans, but somebody who did have himself an intriguing enough profile to spark up some level of hype for Blue Jackets Nation. Let's head over to the 2018 second round and talk about a guy they took in the 49th overall position, straight out of SKA St. Petersburg. Let's talk today about Kirill Marchenko. Now, that's kind of a lie. He wasn't drafted out of SKA. He was drafted actually out of the Mateychuk in the MHL, which is the junior league in Russia. Kirill Marchenko was a guy taken in the second round, as we had said, 6'3", 187 pounds, a right-handed guy, right wing, left wing player, born on July 21st, 2000. So he's 22 years old, and he was a guy who had a pretty okay draft season. I mean, 16 points in 31 games played isn't amazing, but it was good enough to see him get his name selected. Take a look at the scouting report back from 2018. Nice range and puck control, accurate right-handed wrist shot, able to quickly turn to his right, creating room for his forehand. Now, the reason we are talking about Marchenko today is because he had recently made his NHL debut with the main Columbus Blue Jackets squad for 2022-2023. He had recently come over from Russia, and he was doing really well in the AHL for the Cleveland Monsters. This is why when you take a look at how his transition has been from the AHL to the NHL, you really couldn't have asked for anything more. In the 15 games that Marchenko has for Columbus, he's got 8 goals, with a hat-trick coming yesterday against the Carolina Hurricanes. He scored 3 goals to tie everything up, and then he got the shootout winner. Marchenko single-handedly put this team on his back, and he's only played 15 games in the National Hockey League. And if you do the math right here, let's do 8 divided by 15 multiplied out by 82. Marchenko is scoring at a 43.7 goal pace in the National Hockey League as a 22-year-old rookie. But how did we get here? What exactly was the profile of this guy that was so intriguing that made him kind of explode in this way? Well, let's head over onto the Dauber prospect scouting reports from throughout the years and take a look at what they had to say about Marchenko and his progression. Take a look at this. July 2018, written by Jesse Sherman. According to GM Jarmo Kekalainen, Kirill Marchenko was a steal to have been picked in the second round of the 2018 draft. The fact that he's under contract with the SKA St. Petersburg system until 2020 is most likely the reason he fell so far. Considered to have top 10 offensive talent in his draft class, Marchenko dazzles on the ice, and his ability to create chances out of nowhere is jaw-dropping. He has yet to focus on honing his defensive play and can sometimes look lost in his own zone. One of the younger players to be drafted in 2018, Marchenko has plenty of time to work on developing a more complete game. The big question is, can the Blue Jackets get him to come over to North America following his contract? If they succeed, expect Marchenko to surprise everyone and definitely look to draft him in your dynasty leagues. Marchenko, the next season in 2018-19, played 1 game for SKA St. Petersburg, 23 games for SKA Neva St. Petersburg in the VHL, which is the second-tier league, had 15 games for SKA 1946 St. Petersburg, had 19 points over there, and he also played for SKA Varyagi St. Petersburg, 5 games, 4 points, not to mention the World Juniors where he scored a goal as an 18-year-old. He was kind of all over the map here, and this sort of pattern isn't particularly new for Russian players, but to be honest, I mean, it's really not a huge indicator for true talent because, I mean, you're playing on a different team every few weeks. It's not really the best situation to get chemistry, yada, yada, yada. Give it a few more years, though, and Kirill Marchenko suits up for SKA St. Petersburg full-time. He has 16 points in 31 games the next season. The season after that, 28 points in 41 games, and then he has 20 points in 39 games last year. Now, that is not the most amazing stat line, I'm not gonna lie. But earlier this season, after getting signed by Columbus and brought over to play in the Cleveland system, he had 19 points in 16 games played, which is an incredible pace. He was one of the top rookie scorers in the entire AHL, and he earned that call-up because of it. I know he's yet to get an assist in the National Hockey League. It's kind of nuts seeing a guy go out there and score 8 goals, 0 assists in only 15 games. but he single-handedly beat the Carolina Hurricanes 3 goals and the shootout winner yesterday. This Hurricanes team has gone on a little bit of a mini slump, and Marchenko by himself just added to that. And if you take a look at the goals that he had scored in yesterday's game, they're kind of goal scorers goals. The first one, it's a straight-up wraparound attempt where he's with the puck on the right side, he cuts behind the net, and he whips it across onto the backside far post, and it goes right by the goaltender who was kind of caught off guard. It's 1-0 Columbus. Then you give it just a little bit later on the power play, and the puck gets held in at the blue line. It's sent in to the zone, and Marchenko is right there at the hash marks to one-time slam it on goal, making it 2-0 Columbus. Then in the third period, you had yourselves what was an amazing play by Marchenko. The Hurricanes had tied it prior, so it's a 2-2 game, and Marchenko in the corner ends up winning the board battle, popping out in front of the face-off circle, and just sniping it on goal. He gets himself 3 amazing goals, goal scorers type of goals, and then, of course, the shootout winner. Kirill Marchenko is the real deal, and it only took us a few months of him playing North American hockey for us to really see that transpire on the ice for Blue Jackets fans. And really, it should not be the biggest surprise when you acknowledge where he was in his development. I mean, all of these scouting reports on Dobber prospects talk about how good he is. If you go back to 2018, it talks about how he could be a pretty good pickup for your fantasy league. It talks about in December of 2019, he's a rising KHL rookie. You have November 2020, where it talks about how even though he began as a slow and low-utilized starting player, he's now blossomed into a successful stretch of top-line deployment. It goes over pretty much every step and every single team that Marchenko has played at, and now, as a 22-year-old who is signed till the end of, when does his contract expire? It should not be too short now. Yeah, he's expiring in 2024, so he's got himself 2 seasons, and I mean, he's already played over 9 games this one, so he is there for a while. He'll be expiring in 2024, that's when you're going to have to re-sign this guy, but if he keeps on doing this, like scoring at a 40-something goal pace in his first NHL season, then Blue Jackets fans, y'all got something to pay attention to and be excited for. Because this is a dynamic goal scorer who already plays like a dynamic goal scorer at the top level in the world. Digging pucks out, sniping them towards the goal, not afraid to charge down and take possession, wrap around attempts, no hesitation when he one-times it as well. Kirill Marchenko has 8 goals in 15 games played in his first few NHL games, and I think more people need to be talking about that. So talk to the comments your thoughts about Marchenko and the development he has exhibited so far from the KHL to the MHL to the VHL, back to the KHL, over to the AHL, and now in the NHL. This second-round pick from 2018, I feel, is a very big deal, but I want you to tell me in the comments all your thoughts about him as well. I hope you enjoyed this video, and bye.